What's up, guys? Welcome back to Let's Play Bioshock 2. Guess what? We are moving on to my favorite level in the game, Fontaine Futuristics. Like I said in the last video, it's an area we heard plenty about in the previous game, but we never actually got to see it. And it's basically a place where Dr. Suchong did all that crazy research stuff into developing a lot of Fontaine's devious technology that he used on us in the previous game. A lot of his genetic experimentation, such as the whole "Would you kindly" thing, and in addition the Alpha series, Big Daddy series, or Protector series as he calls them, that implemented the whole what do you call it? The whole pair bonding thing that we have. So basically, he designed us. So pretty crazy. Of course, a lot of the Alpha series stuff didn't happen until after the events of the first game. From what I can tell, at least, some of it happened around that time. But I think we're meant to believe that it took place afterwards because, well, the AI is failing right here, as you can see. The game has to glitch up while I'm recording, of course. That is the LP curse. But anyway, yeah, I'm pretty intrigued by this, by the story regarding this area. Of course, it's a bit chronologically confusing, as I said, because I'm not entirely sure if you were meant to believe that the Protector series, the Alpha series Protectors were invented during or prior to the events of the first game. There's a tonic right there, the damage research. That's something we could, that's the one from the previous game as well, where, it has something to do with, researching, but it's nothing really worth it right now in this late game.
My name is Gilbert Alexander, and by the time you hear this, I will be clinically insane. I am recording these diaries in advance as a last-ditch effort to assist anyone I might threaten in dealing with me. My next message awaits you beyond the security checkpoint. The bioscan will ensure that you're sane enough to need it.
And this is, to me, one of the most fascinating things about this level, is the whole Gilbert Alexander thing. He's basically the main, like, level-specific character for this level, kind of like how we had level-specific characters like Grace and Stanley in some of the previous levels. It's him now, or I keep forgetting Father Wales, but because he's so incidental. But yeah, Gilbert Alexander is my favorite of these characters, just because of what he is trying to get you to do. Basically, the story will go into this later, but basically he's going to help us with our objective here through audio diaries that he's already laid through the area as sort of a breadcrumb trail to get to where he actually is now in present time, where he is completely batshit insane and he's trying to kill us. And it's awesome. It's probably one of my favorite things about this game, really. This just the concept of this story and the concept of this area and the character itself as well. It's great. It's like the one really redeeming level in this game story-wise that makes it on par with the first game, in my opinion at least. But in true fashion of some of these RPG style games, a lot of the best stories are the side stories. You know, in the main plot doesn't really have any effect on them, and that's definitely the case here. I think this is a much more interesting story than the main story, at least for the most part. And we forget all about Sophia and Eleanor and all that while we're here. You know, we're pretty much just focused on what we're doing here at the time, and it's pretty nice. Whatever happened to just good old pink slips? I mean, seriously. Okay, so let's check out the state of things right now. The splicers are being really overworked and oppressed by this random floating sentry that Gilbert is controlling, and he has his ugly, disgusting face pressed up against the camera, and he is yelling obscenities at them and shocking them, and it's hilarious for the most part. Like he says so many crazy things that it's just like that make no sense, and it's just great. But in a way, he has a bizarre way of being right in some ways, if that makes any sense. So he's basically helping us to stop himself. Yeah. A couple of Houdini splicers going to spawn in at this time, and like I said, you can't kill the sentry bot that he's controlling there. It's a key item sort of thing, and you can't destroy it. I've tried, believe me. I'm pretty sure we all have, just for the sheer desire to shut him up. Not sure why I'm using the spear gun on frozen enemy. I don't think it's really that great for that. I suppose it would be if it had more damage, but I'm working on that next time I get to a power to the Evil Station.
I'll not be toyed with.
The jerk teleported away when he had like no health left. There we go. So the enemies have scaled in difficulty quite significantly in this level, but it's nothing we're really going to notice all that much. The scaling is a little bit more balanced in this game than it was in the previous one, so all the difficulty scaling is pretty balanced, and it's very minor from level to level. But I think that makes the first game a little bit harder, but it also makes you... It makes this one a little bit more user-friendly, a little bit more accessible to newcomers, where in the previous game you really had to have stuff like the research and the upgraded weapons to really stand a chance against some of the later game enemies, because they just spiked so significantly towards the end there. Like going from Ford Frolic to Hephaestus in the first game was like ridiculous, how much the enemies scaled in difficulty. But I'm not going to take too much time down here. This is going to be a big level, and we're going to be in it for a long time, and there's a lot of really cool stuff to explore, so let's get in here as fast as possible.
Bioscan. Identifying clearance level.
Well then.
Subject. Classification. Protector. Designation. Delta. Status. Deceased. Error. Updating status.
What's this? My secretary vouchers for you? Oh, Delta, eh? You're one of our old protectors, yes? You're a fine product, Delta. Yes, fine product. Built to last. Say, don't look now. But I believe one of your old
Oh god.
wants to welcome you back to the
What sort of horrors await us now? It's a new enemy type! It's an Alpha Series Big Daddy, much like ourselves. And he's carrying a freaking grenade launcher! Yeah, that's reassuring. So we have to research them separately from the regular Big Daddies. And they are quite tough as far as normal enemies go, because we don't have to fight them with affiliate with any of the little sisters. They're thrown in with all the encounters. And but fortunately, the ones with the launchers here are a complete pushover, because we can just throw the grenades back at him. And if we're keeping this much distance between him and I, then he really has nothing he can do. He really has no attacks. So that was pretty easy to take down. But they are pretty difficult. Most of our ammo types will deal a decent amount of damage to them. They don't have that much resistance, unlike the other types of Big Daddies. They're pretty frail, but they're ferocious as all hell. Like, they'll come at you and start beating the crap out of you. And they can wield a variety of different weapons that are not really particular to what type. The fact that they're Alpha Series, they can wield pretty much anything that we have. They have the launcher. They have the machine gun, and they have the shotgun, I believe. They might have the rivet gun as well. I can't think of
Hello
anything
again.
else they have. I'm pretty sure that's it.
I have been
So,
exposed to a
yeah,
massive
that's pretty crazy. But like I said, the launcher,
substance
despite the fact that it seems like it'd be the most dangerous weapon, which a lot of times it is, you can just pick up and throw the grenades back at him. And he uses the regular frags and the heat-seeking RPGs as well.
By the time you hear this, I will have armed this facility's defenses en masse.
Unsafe.
You, my friend, must therefore penetrate them
There we go.
and kill me.
Yeah, but
Please believe that if I could have
so
done
that
it myself,
definitely throws a twist in there towards the end of the game, is fighting other Alpha series.
you
Jeez.
may use the
And
diary
it also
near this screen to
kind of
bypass
adds
the
some
vocal
depth to the
print
character a
box
little bit, because
ahead
again,
and
it just
enter the
makes us,
security
draws more
codes.
attention to all this
The password
weird
is
stuff that Sophia would say about us,
Agnes.
how we're so barbaric and whatnot, and now here we are killing our own kind, and it just feels so wrong.
Agnes Day.
Okay, so Agnes Day, that is our password to get into the security office here, and we're going to use that audio diary and play it back into the voice recognition box so we can get inside.
Password to enter.
Isn't that a great idea? We're actually using the tangible audio diary as an item in the game.
Access
That is awesome.
granted. Welcome, Gil Alexander.
I heard that.
Alex the
Unlike Mrs.
Great, as he
Company
calls
Property
himself.
Delta, just like you are. Don't make me strip you for
Let's go ahead and use it again to get
parts,
inside the
Lodo.
security office. That's what we need to get right there. That'll allow us to get into the chamber where he's being held right now.
Password to enter.
I
Don't
warn
get out of the way.
you.
Don't mess it up. Don't you dare. Don't you touch it. Ah,
Life's a pain where the man says,
jerk face.
"Ghost is all you need. To Hercules.
So yeah, I guess you can tell, as long as he has this indestructible security bot under his control, then we can't get in there. Every time we try, he'll just keep messing it up
Speak clearly. Automatic
because he's a jerk.
60 seconds.
Oh, he's jamming the voice print lock with that awful crooning.
Any ideas,
See if
Sinclair?
you can find some way to sabotage his control of building security.
Delta, you're dawdling. The security office is well above. So keen to help. The restaurant.
Well, whenever we're allowed to get through this door here, we'll
Here's a clerk or two to help you along.
Okay, here we go. So our first, let's think about this for a second here. How do we normally shut down security bots? Well, with the bot shutdown panels, right? Well, you know that's never how I do it, because I never let alarms get that out of hand. But if you were to allow alarm to get out of hand, that's how you would do it, am I right? So let's go look for the bot shutdown panels, and the bot shutdown panels are going to have signal relays on them that are going to be in control of those bots. So we need to find and destroy 3 of those in order to cause it to be destroyed. Once we do that, we can proceed in the security office. Oh, hi. So yeah, before I get too carried away here, there are 3 more little sisters in this level, and we're going to have to deal with them just like in all the previous levels. I believe this is the last level in the game with little sisters in it. This is the last little sisters in the game. So let's go ahead and get our first one here. Freezing this rumbler in place and blasting him with the grenade launcher seemed like a good idea at the time. And again, I gotta be. See, one thing I hate about switching the ammo types with the phosphorus buck there, but you know, whatever works. But if you can keep enough distance between you and the rumbler to throw his grenades back at him, then that's a good idea as well. But I'm going all out here and just trying to take him down as fast as possible at close range. And it seems like it's working out okay, right? Using the grenade launcher again to destroy his turrets. There we go. I really ought to start using the heavy rivets in regular combat against splicers. That would be pretty funny. Alright, come here, you. But now that we're here, there's going to be lots of new upgrades for us to get. The best upgrades in the game, actually. And some of my favorites to use. And really, stuff that makes us feel as powerful as we should feel. But we have to do... they're going to be very expensive, though, even though the fact we already have a lot of Atom as it is. We're going to need even more in order to get all the stuff we need for our endgame completion setup. And that's where gathering the Atom in this level comes in.
Congratulations. Congratulations! You've won a battle of wits.
The last 6 gatherers in the game. So what we have here, we have the level 3 plasmids, and they are unbelievably good. I love them so much, but they consume a crap ton of Eve to use. So I'll have to demonstrate them in the next video after we do this upcoming gather here to get more Adam to get the next and final ones we need to get.